Welcome to the video reporting about internal audit key performance indicators. First, let us discuss what does internal audit means. Internal audit evaluates a company's internal controls, including corporate governance and accounting processes. When we say internal controls, these are the mechanisms, rules, process, and procedures implemented by a company to ensure the integrity of the financial accounting information, promote accountability, and prevent fraud. On the other hand, when we say corporate governance, it is the system of rules, practices, and processes by which a firm is directed and controlled. Corporate governance essentially involves the balancing of interests of a company's stakeholders, such as the shareholders, senior management, executives, the customers, suppliers, financiers, the government, and the community. These audits ensure the compliance to laws and regulations and help to maintain accurate and timely financial reporting and data collection. Internal audit provides management with the necessary tools to attain operational efficiency by identifying problems and correcting lapses before they are discovered in the external audit. So now, let us define what is key performance indicator. A key performance indicator is a measurable value that demonstrates on how effectively a company is achieving its business objectives. Organizations use KPIs at multiple levels to evaluate their success at reaching targets. High level of KPIs may focus on the overall business performance, while low level of KPIs focus on the process of departments such as marketing, sales, HR, and others. Why do we need to measure the performance of internal audit? Just as any part of the business needs to be measured for effectiveness and efficiency, the internal audit function must undergo the same assessment. The requirement to measure the performance of internal audit is defined by two fundamental considerations. Firstly, and most importantly, is the need to demonstrate to the organizations where we work in that we deliver services that are of value to them. And secondly, the standards say that we should measure the performance. Value can be expressed in many ways, but for internal audit, it is perhaps convenient to think of it in the terms expressed in the mission statement contained in the IPPF to enhance and protect the organization's value by providing risk-based, objective assurance, advice, and insight. Communicating to the board. The need for the IIA to communicate key performance indicator to the board is set out to the practice guide, Interaction with the Board. From practice guide, Interaction with the Board, we have quality assessment. Internal audit should develop an appropriate internal assessment program and should identify key performance indicators. Internal assessment must include ongoing monitoring and periodic review. Ongoing monitoring is an integral part of the day-to-day supervision, review, and measurement of the internal audit activity. It is basically incorporated to the routine policies and the practices used for the management of the IIA. And periodic review are assessments conducted to evaluate the conformance to the definition of internal auditing, code of ethics, and the standards. KPIs of the internal audit activity provides a platform to discuss relative issues in the internal audit and potentially gain board support in making necessary changes. Establishment of KPIs should be done in a group that includes senior management as well as the board, and there should be consensus that the KPIs chosen are meaningful and appropriate. Through the use of a key performance indicator, the senior management as well as the board will be able to recognize or determine the issues and concerns, challenges, and the problems encountered in conducting the internal audit activity, and by that, they will be able to formulate changes or actions within the problems. In addition to being a driver in the discussion to relative issues in the department, KPIs are relevant to the evaluation of the CAE's performance or the Chief Audit Executive. So the Chief Audit Executive is ultimately responsible for the performance of the internal audit activity. The CAE is obligated to the committee to lead the overall performance of the internal audit and attain its goals. Once the KPIs are understood and agreed by the board, frequent reporting of actual versus desired performances with detailed explanations is essential. That concludes the first part of the report about internal audit key performance indicators.